Are you a
Are you
I'm a
lying?
human girl. Don't you know what a human is?
Star will be like, human? I don't know this word.
Well, that's good to know. I'm also a human. So at least we're in this together, lass.
I am also a human.
I thought
Imagine
you were like Dr. Manhattan or something. You don't look like a human.
I'm out of character. I'm loving Tori right now. Like, give me life.
Thinking of all the blue characters like off the top of my head.
Star will be like, wait. Let's hold the phone. He said, we're still gonna talk about you, Black and White. And he's gonna look at Frank and be like, bruh, you said you were human? Where?
Well, I was made this way, but I'm still human.
Oh, so magic made you. Okay, well, did someone curse you?
No magic. This was all by science. This
So
was
you
all
are Frankenstein.
medicine.
Huh. He'll low-key take a few steps
Good.
towards Tori.
You could call it that way. I mean, that's just... It worked. For real. It's me.
As they're like talking magic and science, Black Powder's just slowly walking more closer to the Black and White dude, thinking like, well, he's at least somewhat normal.
Yeah, as I get closer to Black Powder, kind of eyeballing him, just kind of quietly from the others as they're talking about Smurfs and TV and all that. I'm just gonna like, all right, Ahab, what's your story? Where'd you come from in all of this?
I was on a boat.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
I was in the galley, and suddenly it was like the world folded up, and then I was here.
That's pretty odd. That's what happened to me too.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
All
What
right,
they said.
Frankie
Just
Lou. And the girl, what's your name?
Tori.
Tori, Ahab, and
My name's not Ahab.
I know that reference.
you know,
They don't call me Ahab.
Ahab was... I don't know that. Ahab. My name's Reginald, but my friends call me Black Powder.
Black Powder. All right, Reginald Black Powder, and the wing. You're not human.
No. I am a pixie and I am Star. And then that moment he'll break apart so you could see all of them standing next to each other.
I draw my sword.
Yeah, dolls up.
Out of character, at this point, does Tori have any magical abilities? Does she have any?
I don't know if she's aware if she has any abilities yet.
Well, on your character sheet, did you give her magical
Yes.
abilities?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything defensive that you have, a defensive ability that you would have just done, even if it was not intentional? Would you say?
We could use like spasm, like make one of their muscles like twitch or something. I don't know. She doesn't
Okay.
really.
Roll for that. Do you have a roll for that then? Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
Oh,
It's called spasm, you said?
Yes. Let me look for it. Was I navigating?
Roll me while she's rolling this, Star, could you roll me a d6? How many personalities do you have again? It's 5. Roll me a d5. Sorry. Do you wanna decide what your voodoo magic powers look like? Or do you want me to come up with something? I don't know if you had something in your head.
In order for them to work, she has to use the dolls in some way, like make them dance or something. So she will kind of like manipulate
Okay.
their body well.
if any of you watch the Marvel movies and have seen the Scarlet Witch, like do her thing, so I kind of see sort of like a black wispy, cloudy kind of thing emerging from the dolls. And one of them seems to be surrounding. You rolled a 3 in your roll, Micah. So that would be whichever one is green. Whichever one is your green personality starts spazzing out uncontrollably. What happens?
So while that's happening, Rhyolite, which is fear, would be spasming out. Like, what is happening? He'll be like, help, guys!
Tori is also a little surprised because normally when she does this, nothing happens. So she's like, it's never worked before.
Oh, sorry.
What did you do?
I just thought about trying to protect myself, and I don't know, the magic just came out of it. I've never seen that before.
The doll that you're holding right now to cast this spell looks a lot like Star, but the weird thing is it didn't used to look like Star. It looked like a generic popsicle stick looking doll, but it's now looks like a Star doll, but a very creepy version of Star. Could you describe the creepy version of Star?
Yes, and I out of character, I will have some dolls that look a little bit more like this, but just picture like a doll that has very like dull skin tone. It's a little bit overweight. Star doesn't have his 6-pack anymore. And his mouth is sewn shut, which is a little strange for, a singer.
So very much the anti-Star. Very definitely let himself go. Drab clothing, not fabulous or sparkly at all kind of clothing, and his mouth is sewn shut. So yeah. But clearly still looks like, that's supposed to represent Star, by looking at it.
Can you stop that? You don't have to hurt him.
I don't think it's... Okay, I'll stop.
All right, roll the spasm to see if you are able to stop it. This is your first time trying to control your power, so I want you to roll a -6. With roll with a -6 penalty.
So 3d6
so
minus 6?
Instead of 3d6, so it's going to be 3d6, but instead of trying to get a 15 or below, you're trying to hit a 9 or below.
Okay.
9 or below with a 3d6. 7. Okay. You just barely managed to control your powers enough to make the spazzing stop.
Okay. I'll put that down. Sorry, what was your name again? Star?
Yes. Amethyst will step forward and say, see here, young lady, be sure you keep your voodoo to yourself. You nearly hurt us.
One piece of flavor text I wanna present is that when you end the spell, you can hear something like whispering in your ears, going like like that kind of thing, right after the spell ends.
Who said that? Stop it. Who's doing that?
No one's
I'm
doing
serious.
no one's doing anything.
You don't hear that?
No.
No?
That's weird.
Blimey.
Girl, what is your name?
Tori.
Tori, you don't have to hurt anyone, okay? No one's trying to hurt you either. So just relax, please.
Okay.
Frankie, you probably have seen something similar with psionics,
Yeah.
like making people move uncontrollably. So you may think it's a psionic ability.
Yes, he's not shocked by it at all. He immediately knew you were doing something.
Yeah, she'll calm down when Frankie kind of looks at her, and it puts her at ease a little bit.
So
Tori lass. Where did you learn to do that?
I don't know exactly. I went to a haunted manor and this old lady told me to stab a doll. Maybe.
Are you bleeding insane?
Who
In
insane?
your right mind goes into some place with ghosts, actually listens to an old hag, and stabs a frickin' doll. You're bleeding insane, lass. You're a frickin' witch. You stay away from me.
No problem.
we don't have to name call here.
It's not name calling, it's an actual thing, lad.
Okay, Boomer.
Done.
What's a boomer?
Check that off. Check off the list.
A boomer is someone that's old and out of touch.
Second.
You literally went into a haunted house and you say, I'm the one who's out of touch. You listen to a hag.
Well, who wouldn't?
Any sane person.
People.
I'm starting to think you're the crazy ones.
I think this is all crazy. I was on a freaking boat. How did I end up in this place?
So you
I
were
was in
on
the
a boat
middle of the ocean.
in the ocean. Tori, you were in a haunted house with a hag. Frankie, where were you at?
It's a long story, but I was trying to get back to a group of my friends. They were getting shot, and now I'm worried that they're there without me. I don't know where we are. I don't know if this is even real.
I'm starting to have my doubts. Star, how about you? Where were you at?
As they're pulling themselves back together, they're all like patting Raya light and be like, "It's okay, buddy," and they'll all snap together. Said, "I just had a visit from my arch nemesis," and he'll be looking at Tori with a crocked eyebrow, like new arch nemesis.
Yeah,
And,
she's kind of looking back at Star with that same arched eyebrow.
Sparks. And then he'll be like, "What about you, black and white thing?"
Well, I just finished a drink and getting ready to head downtown. And saw the horizon just kind of bend. Just like what Frankie was saying. Just like what Tori was saying.
So why are you black and white?
What are you talking about? That's a gray suit.
You're devoid of color.
Yeah, like you literally look like a drawing, lad.
Sounds like you all had a little bit to drink too.
I wish I did. This would be a lot easier to comprehend if I had.
I'm too young to drink.
Maybe he's related to Redcap.
You won't happen to be colorblind, would you?
Well, no, I could see Star had stars in purple and green and blue, and Frankie's blue. Tori, I don't know why you're not wearing a good summer dress, but got on some pretty black clothes. Powder,
Shots
got a
fired.
gray in your beard.
I mean, so he can see color.
Yeah, that's very strange. All right.
Trust us, you don't have color.
I'm gonna find somewhere to sit down because I think at this point, like his legs starting to like go just because of stress.
Yeah. So the problem is the room doesn't really have virtually anything in terms of actual furnished furniture, other than the objects that I pointed out. That again, you should still see in the.
He'll lean against like a pillar or something then.
Sure. Yeah. The floor seems to be some sort of marble, I would say. the columns are made of stone.
I want to go and check out the bookcase.
Yeah. Go ahead and go to the bookcase. Now, from afar, the bookcase does look empty currently. But if you want to give it a thorough search, go ahead and roll for that.
Is the bowl with the water on the ground level, or is it?
It's on the ground level.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's sitting on the ground, mounted on the ground, but I would say that the actual like basin, if you can call it that, comes up to about waist height, roughly.
Okay.
Probably not your waist because you're really tall, but average person waist height, roughly.
Yeah.
13 out of 15.
13 out of 15. Yeah, the bookcase seems to... Everything in here seems to be in, like, pristine condition. And by pristine, I mean it's not dusty, there's no cobwebs or anything. So, but at the same time, you don't see any doors in this room, so there doesn't seem to be any way to enter or exit. So how it remained clean, if that's the case, who knows? Same as the bookshelf. There's no books on this bookshelf. However, you do find what appears to be a white bookmark looking thing. It's like a white leather bookmark. And there is nothing on the bookmark except for this symbol. So there's this symbol looking thing on the bookmark.
Sir, what did you find over there? And I'll walk over towards Sam.
Yeah, go ahead and move your characters. You should all have control of your characters if you want to move to where it is your character wants to be.
Yeah, Tori will head that way too.
Yeah.
If everyone else goes that way, Black Powder will follow and then just lean against another pillar.
So I'll definitely let everybody see it. After I pass it off to Frankie first, I'm gonna probably pull out my flask and take a little sip and offer it to Black Powder,
I'll take it.
and then edge over towards Tori a little bit.
Mhm.
Do we recognize the symbol at all? It's a completely foreign to us.
It looks exactly the way I presented it, so you can presume whatever you want to presume, whatever you think realistic your character would presume from it, from its shape or design.
It kind of reminds me of, like, the Superman comics.
I know what those are.
No. What's that?
Same.
Oh, where I come from, we have a lot of books like this, and some of them are comics. They're like images. They're like cartoons. That looks like a superhero.
Superhero.
Yeah, with cape, like Superman.
Yeah, they fight bad guys.
So
And then I look at Tori and I'm like, I'm connecting with you. Like, yeah.
Mutual respect.
Yeah.
So how do we get out of here? It's wonderful we found the bookshelf and connections are being made. So how high is the ceiling out of character? Can Star safely fly around?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So Star will be like, okay, I'll see if there's some type of exit. So he'll actually start fluttering around the room just to see if he can find like a window or something. So do I roll an observe or?
Yeah, roll and observe.
Okay.
Or search.
Search.
You're gonna search around, and you're not going to find like anything that looks like a way out to you.
Okay, so Star will flutter back down and be like, no exits. So what do we do now, guys?
Well, let's actually figure out first of all what exactly happened. So we're all seem to be from different places. Although Tori and Frankie, right? That was your names?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You two seem to have a few things in common with your places, so maybe you're from the same place but different parts of it?
Maybe. She looks like she has some abilities of her own.
Yeah, I'm from America. Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm also from America.
Yeah, I'm from America. Where in America are you two from?
California.
Everywhere. It won't. My America is very. It's different. It's all just a lot of the states. The California doesn't exist anymore. It's all gone. It's just America. It's just.
That's impossible. I live in a nice suburban neighborhood. Doesn't look anything like you're describing.
Strange. It's like you're from the past. You seem very familiar to me, but you're not from my America then.
What about you, Sam?
Well, I'm from America, from the Upper East Coast. Never really been out to California. What Frankie's talking about, I haven't seen anything like that. We're right in the booming industrial age.
What year are you from then?
It's early 1900s. Ever hear at 32?
Like 1932?
Well, yeah, 1932. That's the year. That's what year it is.
How old are you?
Oh,
I want to give us a kind of stern look. Just over 30.
But you're from the early 1900s. It's 2021, right?
2021? It's 2121.
I want to go over by black powder and get my flask and things.
All right, okay. I've heard of America. I'm not from there. I'm from England, but it's like 1632.
Star will tap him on the shoulder, be like, "Yo, pass that, bro."
At this point, Black Powder's lighting up his pipe, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna light up and smoke.
So did we all time travel here?
Yeah, that's
But
ridiculous.
I will say, Star, never seen anything like you.
Yeah,
First-
pixies.
I've heard of pixies, but where I'm from, anyways, the pixies are dicks.
First off, some of them are. I kind of agree with you. Second, what is this? What do you call it? What is this word?
America.
America.
It's a country.
A country. Okay, let's just say for funsies, I'm from Sealy Court City, and that's on Athenaeum. So I don't know where any of this is. So let's just say I'm not from anywhere you four are from. Let's just say. So help me understand you guys, because America, England, time. Well, in my year, the year is 2023. So
From a different universe?
It's a
Well, sure, he splits in 5.
I don't even know.
Star will take another sip and hand it back to Sam.
Does anyone have like a paper and pencil or anything?
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna pull out my notepad and pens. Pop my flask back in.
It might help you, Star, a little bit, but can I basically draw a rough map of the world? Because I do have the cartography skill.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You won't even have to roll for it. You just successfully draw what the world looks like. Star does not recognize this at all. The map's all wrong. Well, wrong because it's not his world.
I'll show it to to Sam, Frankie, and Tori. Like, does this look like where you're from, roughly, give or take?
Yeah.
Yes, that is the place.
And then I give it to Star.
Star will take it and be like, doesn't look like home to me. So Star is a terrible artist, so he'll take the pencil and he'll attempt to draw his world, which will look nothing like yours, and say, this is Etheria. So, anybody heard of that?
So, what are you? Are you a space pixie?
Space? What? No.
An alien from a different planet.
Alien. I don't.
Another world. You're from another world.
Let's go with that option. Alien? Really? I'm got my eye on you, voodoo princess.
Right back at you.
All right. Well, we've at least settled something. 4 of us are from the same world, but different times, apparently. And then one of us is from the heavens, I guess?
Sounds like a lot of hogwash.
I mean, all of this, normally I wouldn't believe, but it's happening.
Why are we all here together?
That's a very good question.
Any of you gamble on horses?
Gamble
No.
on horses?
No.
That's racist.
Sure.
Oh my lord.
Take towards the others.
Hey. Oh, shite.
Right. Horses are respected people. You can't just bet on them. How would you like if someone bet on you?
But to be fair, where I'm from, people do bet on other people.
Yeah, boxing, wrestling, all kinds of good stuff. Betting.
Star will just smile and nod, smile and nod.
Have any of you guys seen Scruffy? I was down in a basement looking for him and he disappeared.
What's a scruffy?
Yeah, what's scruffy?
A man, a human boy man.
I don't think there is anyone on the ship by the name of Scruffy.
No.
I think we're the only ones here.
Question, where is here?
That's a very good question.
What did you see when you flew up there?
More ceiling and more wall? No exits. Nothing, actually. Out of character, did Star eventually run into a roof?
Yeah, there is a ceiling. The ceiling is made of stone. Yes.
Ceiling?
Can't seem to penetrate through it at all.
What he said.
I tried to inspect like the bookshelf itself then, and see if there's
Yeah.
anything else like, I don't know, like a door.
Go ahead and roll a search.
Okay. No, I would not make it.
Okay. Then you don't see anything of note.
There has to be a way out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
All we found so far is this scrap with the drawing of the, what did you call him again? A superhero?
Just a towel boy.
Looks like Superman.
Then Star will look at Tori and say, can you make it work? I mean, you did stuff with your little stick friends. Can you do the same thing to that little image?
Do what to it exactly?
I don't know. You did your voodoo magic on it and you made the sticks dance. What about the little paper man? Superman.
I can try.
I immediately take 20 steps away.
So this is a book. This is a bookmark, right?
It's a bookmark.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you going to attempt to do to the bookmark? Do you have an ability or power that you think you want to try with it?
Let me look. She has spirit empathy or medium, so she can try to talk.
Try it. Yeah.
If there's something in there.
Give that a try.
I guess it'll just be. It's just one of her advantages. It doesn't. It just says I can perceive and communicate with spirits. So I don't know if I roll anything.
Okay,
for that.
roll me a 3d6. Just tell me what the value is.
Okay. 4.
Okay. You're gonna use your voodoo magic, and again, everybody will hear in the back of their minds.
That's what I heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These shadowy tendrils start to encircle around the bookmark. So Tori, you get this innate feeling, something inside of your gut makes you feel like this bookmark is somehow connected to the fountain thing in the center. Some sort of connection between the two.
I wonder if it's. I wonder if we should go to the fountain. So she'll approach it.
Yeah. You'll go to the fountain, and it's, even though there doesn't seem to be any mechanism that's causing it to do this, the water isn't still. It's sort of like, not bubbling like a cauldron, but it's sort of like rippling gently, like a gentle ripple. It just kind of waves back and forth, but there doesn't seem to be anything physically in it that's causing it to do that. But like I said, it's like it doesn't look like it's water. It looks like sort of like a silver, almost like liquid mercury, almost kind of thing.
She'll reach towards this liquid.
Oh, you're gonna touch it?
I want to look around at the.
As you're doing that, I like stop you. Like, what are you doing? You're gonna stick your hand in there?
Yeah?
What if it could hurt you?
I don't know. I didn't think about that.
She's a kid.
Maybe we use something else to poke the water with? It's not your finger?
We could use the pirate's peg leg.
Wow.
What did Black Powder say?
I will cut you down, lass. I'm not a pirate. I'm just a sailor.
You sound like a pirate.
That was being racist. I'm from a certain part of the world. Not all of us are pirates. I just grew up in a certain area. Besides, do you even have pirates in your time? Would you even recognize one?
If I go to Disneyland, I'd see them on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. The animatronic.
We'll touch on that later.
The Pirates of Disneyland. I love that.
Don't just assume things about people.
Out of character. So the bookmark thingy, can we pick it up? Can we take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
you can
holding it
physically
right now.
She's
Okay.
holding it right now.
So Star will say, maybe put that in there? Like, you know.
Okay. She plops it in.
You'll plop it in. The bookmark seems to be reacting to this silver water, and it starts to sink. And once it starts to submerge, the water itself gives off this bright, silvery light, and it starts to glow. And the water is starting to get very agitated, and it's just kind of bubbling up and bubbling up. Is anyone saying anything or reacting as this is happening?
Yeah.
Taking a few steps back.
And the bleeding did you blighters do?
Like, she did it! She broke it!
All of a sudden, the water, like, bursts out and just expands. It's like this big, giant ball of silver, mercury-like water. It just expands and just, in a rush, floods out throughout the room, like almost like completely flooding the entire room with this liquid. And again, there's a big, everything just goes bright, silvery white. And then all the water recedes at once, just as quickly as it expanded out. And you're no longer in this room. You're no longer in the strange room. You are in a completely new building entirely. But it does look like a library, like an honest-to-goodness library this time. But there's something off about this place and each other. Your physical appearances are now slightly different. They clearly look like you, but your facial features are more angular. They almost look drawn. I want to say comic book-like drawn. Sam is still in black and white. And your hairstyles are more exaggerated, especially Stars, because Stars already had like very crazy looking hair. So I want to say that your hair is very manga or anime like right now.
Okay. We all look very different.
Yeah, whatever you did, it sure had a effect.
Are we in a comic book now?
I know what that is.
I don't.
As soon as you start speaking, you see these big white bubble-looking things appear above your head, and everything that you say is written out in these bubbles above your head.
What the hell is that?
What is that? What is
What about pop bubbles?
I'm confused.
Hey.
Do you say that out loud or do you think
Yeah,
it?
I say it out loud and it's like, I'm
Okay.
confused.
Okay, yes.
Hey. What?
What about
No, no.
pop bubbles? Are they popping?
Yeah, are you thinking about anything in particular?
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
just thinking, what the
This
frig is
is
So-
happening?
crazy.
Yeah. So yes, you start seeing thought bubbles. So the bubbles are more like cloud-like, and they're actually giving what you're thinking to some degree. Now for black powder, for you, because of your character, it's going to be a little different. So because of your character, you have a little bit more control over what you're thinking visually, but at least gives hints as to what you're actually thinking, if that makes sense. So
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of go over to Sam and just give him, like, put a hand on his shoulder. Are those things saying something?
Well, it looks like maybe so. I don't know why. A lot stranger than the last place.
What did they say?
Just read it.
I can't.
Oh. Yeah, it's just whatever anyone's saying, that's what it's saying.
How does it know what we're saying?
Who knows? Maybe it's telepathic.
Everything you guys are saying is literally you're seeing it fire off in Star's thought bubble. So you said telepathic, you saw stuff floating. How did it know what we're saying? You just see like he's seeing you see what he's thinking is basically he's seeing everything that's happening and it's just firing off in his head. But then you're also seeing other random things. You're seeing energy. You're seeing Stormy. You're seeing Beyonce and how you thought her shoes look nice with her dress. And then he's also thinking about where you guys previously were. All at the same time, so things are just firing off, and Star is looking also awfully confused, but then also he's kind of like looking at his hair and saying, "Oh my God, my hair is amazing!" So you see that bubble, pop out as well. So
And Black Powder's thought bubble just comes up. I'm marooned with a bunch of freaks.
I read that.
Star will be like, "Hey."
Well, building-wise, you said it looks more like a library?
it looks more like a library. Yes, it does look more like an actual library. You feel like you're in a side room in the library, and I think at this moment, a woman will peek through the door. So this is the first other person that you've seen during this entire situation. She's got like dark hair. that kind of cascades down her face. And the way that she's dressed, she clearly looks like a librarian. And she just peeks in, notices that you all are having this conversation, and she just goes, shh. And then she will leave, like, as soon as she gives you all the shh.
Follow her. She
There's
may
the
know.
door.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, look around a little bit. See if we can find anything important before we go.
Yes.
Everybody take a shelf and just see if there's anything interesting.
Interesting.
I just
Okay.
look at all the books.
Yeah, all the books.
And I just look back at Sam and the thought bubble is like, you f***er.
But when it actually appears in the thought bubble, it's got the little symbols,
Bleeps,
like
bleeps.
the exclamation point, £, ampersand. It's got all of them. Yeah, you bleep 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 bleep.
No, it's not that confusing. Look for something that looks good.
And you're all are like whispering, right? So if you're all whispering, the thought bubble is actually like out, like dotted. It's like the dotted line to show that they're whispering.
I'll go over to one of the bookshelves and just look for something with like a picture on the front or something.
Yeah. So there actually are a bunch of ones with pictures on them, and they have very like manga style art on it. So a lot of them are. I mean, it's a grand mix of different things and different genres. So many of them are action based. So a lot of like covers with, male characters with ginormous weapons and, women with big, large bosoms and things of that nature. So,
Yeah, I'll take a look at the shelves and see if there's anything we can find. I don't know.
yeah, you'll take a look at the books on the bookshelves. Does Frankie know any languages besides English?
No.
Okay. You're not able to understand what's written on the books, but you clearly recognize them as Japanese. Everything in here is written in Japanese.
Does anybody speak Japanese? This is all in Japanese.
What?
It's a language. It's another language where I come from.
Yeah, the country Japan.
Yeah.
That's part of our world too.
You're all weird.
Apparently you're the one who's a little bit out, so what does that say actually?
That makes me normal. And then Star will grab a book and be like, what does this say?
Don't know. I don't speak this language. I can't
Well, I
read
don't know
it.
if we'll find much of use in here then.
These
Maybe we went to Japan.
are
We could go follow that librarian lady.
let's see if we can at least get out of this room.
Did she also have thought bubbles or voice?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Frankie, lad. Would you mind giving me a hand as we walk, please? And it's like, he is clearly a disabled individual.
Okay. Frankie will kind of like get a little bit down. It's like, want to hop on?
Just an arm to lean on will be fine.
Oh, okay. And then he like helps you up.
You're gonna leave the side room, and then you'll see that there are other people in this library, all very studious, and it's kind of weird because most of the people in this library are kind of faded. So you know how like in comics, when you have like, room that's crowded with people, a lot of the times they have like, they're almost blurred or faded in the background because they're not like the important characters. So, so you can tell that there is people here, you just don't see them distinct features. But the librarian is still clearly drawn. And then there's this other girl that is clearly drawn who's wearing some sort of sailor outfit, like uniform, like the very traditional Japanese sailor-like uniform. And she's, going through some of the books in one of the sections of the library. You can't tell what section. But she seems to be in a little distressed, a little bit, like rushed, and she's just kind of pulling one book after another, and then putting them back, and she seems to be searching for something in particular.
Star will look at Tori and say, "You're a girl, she's a girl, maybe go talk to her, maybe she can help us."
I don't know her, but okay. So she'll approach this girl and ask her, "Hey, do you know where we are exactly?"
The girl looks at you, and she blinks a little bit, and she goes, "Nani?" And her thought bubble is all in Japanese. Her speech bubble is all in Japanese.
I don't speak Japanese. Do you speak English?
She pauses for a moment, and then she says, "Hi, hello. What's your name?"
My name is Tori. These are my friends. And we're just a little lost. Could you tell us where we are?
She turns to your friends and she kind of bows and says, "Konnichiwa. I mean, hello. We're in the public library, the town's public library."
What town exactly?
She says, "This is Gourmet City."
Gourmet City?
Of course, it's the food capital of all of Japan.
We're in Japan?
We are in Japan. Can you tell us what year this is?
2021.
Oh. Okay.
I
That makes sense.
like, this is on you.
My manners, he says, "My name is Sue. And you all are?"
Tori. And the big blue guy is Frankie. That weird little fairy pixie dude is Star. We got Sam, the black and white guy, and then this pirate, Black Powder.
She looks at the other four and she goes, "Wow, that's amazing cosplay," she says, looking at each of you four. Is there a convention in town or something?
I know what cosplay is, but we're not in costumes right now.
Yes, lass, we are here for a convention. And he just suddenly comes out and is suddenly very confident.
Oh.
Wow. Well, oh, I get it. So the whole "you didn't know that you were in Japan" kind of thing was all in character. Oh, okay. She kind of giggles a little bit. The way like a Japanese stereotypical, sorry for all the Japanese people out there, but you know what I'm saying, stereotypical Japanese girl would giggle.
Right, exactly.
You have to cover the mouth. You always have to cover your mouth when you laugh.
At this point, Star is looking at all of this and is like, "I am so out of my depth right now."
So when that happens, Star, you actually see Star transform into a chibi version of himself. So there's like a little chibi Star with a big giant sweat gland, a sweat drop, a big giant sweat drop just pops out. And just out of reflex, even though you don't speak Japanese, Star, one of the first things that he verbally says is "Noni?" "Noni?" And you're like, where did that come from?
Right? I love it.
Well, young lady, I don't suppose you'd be able to point us in a good direction for somewhere we can, if there's a good quiet place in the library for where we can sit and have a private conversation with each other. We don't want to disturb anyone else.
"Oh, of course," she says, and she's about to finish that sentence when all of a sudden you feel a rumble, and then you hear an explosion, and all of a sudden several of the people in the library gasp, and they start to panic, and then Sue says, "Oh no, I think the monsters are attacking," and she just kind of runs off. making her way out the library.
Oh, that was interesting.
I look right to Frankie.
Well, it wasn't me.
You are so rude. He is a troll, not a monster.
I am neither of those things.
I believe he said he's just a human, so I'll go off of his word on this. Should we see what's going on?
Yeah, let's go.
Frankie takes the lead here and is the first one probably out the door.
I'll be right behind Frankie.
Yeah, right behind you.
Same.
Coming up the rear.
And I will go straight outside. I guess following Sue. If
Yeah,
that's
you're
where
gonna follow Sue.
Yeah.
So Sue's running, but I'm gonna say that you all are able to keep up. And when you emerge from the library, so Gourmet City is a huge. So think, if any of you have seen Big Hero 6, so San Francisco or something is what they call the city. So think of that. So it's a really cool looking fusion between San Francisco and Tokyo kind of vibe right now. So a good marriage between East and Western civilizations. And there are people, all the citizens are running in a panic as you see these monster, I'm gonna call them spaghetti and meatball monsters. So they have, their heads are basically these large meatballs, and their bodies and limbs are made from spaghetti noodles. And so they're all seem to be wreaking havoc and attacking the civilians, and they're all freaking out, obviously. You will catch Sue kind of duck around into an alley. She doesn't seem to realize that you're following her, and she pulls out what appears to be it's a spherical object with 6 stars on them, 6 orange stars, and it's a white spherical object. And then she looks around, doesn't see you, and then she sort of raises the ball up in the air, and she goes, flavor power! Change up! She says. And then all of a sudden, there's this big giant transformation sequence that happens before you. Crazy elaborate, crazy elaborate, crazy theatrical, as all of these stars and hearts and sparklies. You're probably loving this stuff. This is totally up your alley. Is just circling around her as her outfit completely changes. And to your surprise, after this sequence, which probably lasts, honestly, probably would last 20 seconds. And meanwhile, the action that's going on with all the people being attacked is sort of going in semi-slow motion as she's transforming. And she transforms into what appears to be a magical girl chef's outfit.
Oh my god. I love it. I love it.
Like this. So she's in this chef's outfit. She's got this big giant frying pan. And then she will then leap out from the corner of the alleyway, jumps right in front of the meatball monsters, and she starts giving her spiel, and she says, "Halt, vile monsters! I am Flavor Oom. In the name of the Oom, I will punish you." She said,
Yes.
Living for this.
Yes.
What do you all do?
I immediately join her. It's this instinct.
Nice.
Right next to her, I just kind of run up, and then I got my shield out. What is going on?
I'm just gonna stand next to Sam and be like, am I the only one who's just started to become numb to this?
So I'm gonna just look at Black Powder for a second and say, dreaming crazy, I don't know, but I cannot do anything, and I'm gonna pull out my pistol and go up to join
Ooh.
Frankie.
Nice. You're gonna go pull out your pistol. Okay. So Frankie, there's some of the meatball monsters will start to attack, and I'm gonna say that one of them is going to start going after. We're gonna make this very stereotypical. One of them goes after this woman with a baby carriage, and Flavor is a bit further away from the carriage versus you, so you're definitely a lot closer. And then another creature is going to go right for Sam. So let's start with Sam, because he's going right towards you. What do you do, Sam, as he's closing in?
So just the funkiness of it has thrown me off so much. I'm just gonna point and take 2 shots.
Yeah.
9.
Okay. You fire. So you succeed in both shots?
It's only done the one so far. Yeah, but 2 of them, both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay. So Sam, reflexively, you will fire 2 shots. You will hit one of the creatures right on the side of its meatball face, and like marinara sauce starts like popping out of one. You're going to fire another one in their like noodly arms, and then the noodly arms start pesto sauce starts coming out of it as well. And one of the pesto sauce actually falls on one of the citizens, and they're like, ah, and it licks it. Yummy.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Bennett's like, oh. Frankie, what's happening with you as one of the creatures is closing in on the woman with the baby carriage?
Yeah, so I will run towards the woman in the baby carriage to try again to get in the way of the attack. So I don't know, is it like one of the spaghetti noodles is being swung at them
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
So I will instantly just try to jump in and get hit instead of them. So I'm just
Okay.
like booking it.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll hit that and block it. The creature is going to try to follow up, and in his claws or his hand, he has something that he starts to throw towards the woman and the baby, and it looks like cheese, as in like grated cheese, and the woman yells out in Japanese. You don't understand what she says, but out of character, the woman just yells out in Japanese, "I'm lactose intolerant!"
Oh my god!
That's hilarious.
What do you do, Frankie? Even though you don't.
Is it so? It's like just like like this kind of cloud of cheese that's coming down.
Cloud of shredded cheese. Yes.
I will try to get in the way with my shield to kind of
Nice.
umbrella her and the baby
Okay.
with
Okay.
against the cheese.
You'll go ahead and block the cheese, and the cheese seems to be a little caustic in nature.
Oh.
So some of the shield, I mean, it's not too bad, but it dissolves a little bit of your shield. You could probably repair it, but it definitely doesn't seem like this your typical grated cheese. It seems a little dangerous. Yes.
Yeah, this is not normal cheese.
Flavor is going to shout out to the two of you. Says, "Thanks for your help, everybody." And then she's gonna, swing her big giant pan around and just bash some of the creatures. And she's going to hit one of them over the head. And there's this big, like, Batman 1970s style. You know how they have the Biff, like, pow kind of things flashing? So instead of like Biff and pow, it goes flambe, and then she hits another one, saute, things like that. Several of the creatures are now starting to make their way towards, in a very threatening way, towards Tori and Star and Black Powder. What the three of you
I'll
do?
draw my sword and kind of move between the monsters and Tori, because even if she is a witch, she's still just a kid. And so he'll just kind of stand in between with sword at the ready. if one of them gets close, he'll slash at the like noodle legs, try and knock them down.
Yeah, Tori will. I mean, she doesn't know how, but she'll do something with the dolls to try to attack the spaghetti monsters.
Out of character. So Black Powder will be having his sword at the ready. Tori will have her voodoo dolls at the ready. The entire time, Star has big eyes, like those big emoji eyes. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing!
Yes. Yes.
And it's like bursting
Exactly.
with.
You feel very much at home with this. Like very much at home. Yeah.
And then Star will be like, oh my god. And then he'll be like, he'll realize the meatballs are coming and he'll be like, maybe we should do something. And then he'll follow Uda, what was her name again? Flavor He'll say, in the name of the I shall punish you.
Oh man.
Hey, that's my line.
He'll say, it's a good one. And he'll if he can, he'll run around Tori because in his mind he's thinking the same way, like she is a kid. And he'll get ready to do his starburst so he can knock it back, like just to knock it back.
Nice.
So do I roll for that as well?
Yeah, you have to roll for your star.
Okay.
The spell I'm using is like a fireball because she also has fire spell.
Nice.
Nice.
She doesn't know it. It's going to be a surprise to her.
Bombay.
Bombay.
Yes.
It's a 13. The skill is at 15 though, so it should pass.
So you will raise up your dolls towards these creatures, and to your shock, this black fiery flame shoots out from them and wraps around, envelopes one of the creatures in fire, and the creature falls down, burnt to a crisp, basically.
Whoa.
I got a 14, so my base point was 12. So I mess up, yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna try to use your starburst ability, but when you fire it off, it unfortunately misses, and one of the creatures manages to use their arms like a whip and just kind of cracks it across your face. Attempts to crack across your face. You can try to dodge.
Oh, okay.
So you can make a dodge roll and see if you can dodge.
Okay, that's another 3d6.
Yeah, against your, I think it's your
movement.
dodge is. What is how do you dodge?
You use Dex if you don't have the dodge.
Okay.
You should have a dodge score.
Yeah.
And you just do 3d6 against that.
Okay. I got an 8 exactly.
You just managed to dodge out of the way before he whips you. And then for black powder.
I succeeded. I rolled a 12. My base is a 15, and my damage is 3.
All right. Where are you trying to slice the creature?
I was trying to cut its leg so it would just fall over.
Yes, you'll be able to slice the legs so it will fall over. However, his noodle arms can still extend, so he is also going to attempt to whack you, to whip you. Go ahead and roll your dodge.
Oh, I failed miserably. My base is
Oh
6.
no. Okay.
Dodged.
Okay, so you're going to take 3 points of damage from that. 3 points of damage. I think if you have armor, you can absorb some of that if you have any armor.
I do, but like what part of the body? Because the armor's weird.
I think it's going to try to whip your hand to try to make you drop your sword.
Oh, cool! I have a -2 for my hand, 2 hand armor, so I take 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage. Okay, so you'll take a point of damage, and then the fight will just continue on, but from the right from the sky jumps in this creature who looks like a knockoff. If any of you watch Dragon Ball Z, he looks like a knockoff of Frieza. But instead of being the color that Frieza is, this Frieza looks more like a devil red. And Flavor will say, Berna, I should have known this. You were the one behind all this. And Berna is going to say, ha ha ha, we meet again, Flavor Once again, he says, but I am going to tell you this time you will find yourself deeply outnumbered. And the forces of the meatball creatures continue to like multiply, and Berna is going to start laughing in a very villain laugh, and he's then going to stomp his right foot to the ground and then his left foot to the ground and get into sort of like a horse stance kind of thing, and then he's gonna go and he's just gonna start charging up something, which is gonna take a while. And then Flavor is going to look towards the group. By this point, many of the citizens have like run off and are not in the scene anymore, run for their lives. And so she says, oh no, it looks like we might be a little too overwhelmed, everybody. She seems to be contemplating something. Oni, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And so, the creature that is on Flavor image, which is the rice ball looking thing, if you see, we'll start speaking. Flavor I think it's the only way. Quick, everybody! And then so these individual spherical objects will appear in front of you that look similar to the one that Sue had used. But they're different colors.
This is gonna be awesome.
Yes, it is. I cannot wait.
One of the spheres in front of Sam has one orange star in it, but the spherical object is red. The one in front of Frankie has 2 stars on it, and it is blue. The one in front of Star has 3 stars in it, and it is yellow. The one in front of Tori has 4 stars on it, and it is black. And the one in front of Black Powder has 5 stars on it, and it's pink!
You can just see various symbols going through his thought. Like,
I'm watching. Like,
Oh.
not happy. She's not happy.
Oni will say, quick everyone, use your powers. The red flavor ball is the power of spicy. The blue flavor ball is the power of salty. The yellow flavor ball is the power of sour. The black flavor ball is the power of bitter. And the pink flavor ball is the power of sweet. Raise your flavor balls up in the air and give your power change up. So basically if you want to say, for example, if you're umami, because she said umami flavor power change up. If you want to try it, then yeah, you have to do it very, very magical girl style.
Who's going first?